Let's meet your next two fighters in this MMA bout. First up, out of the blue corner, 155 pounds, making her debut tonight. She trains at Enzo Grace, Des Moines Academy, and Gorilla Garage. She is sponsored by Gonzalez Realty Group, Paso's Steakhouse, Capital City Baggers, Bernie's Wheels, and Be Sure Home Inspection. Her home is Des Moines, Iowa, and her name is Taryn, the best type Swartz! Her opponent fighting out of the red corner, 1 fight, 155 on the scale, also making her debut tonight. She trains for Sellies, and she is sponsored by Unmatched Shine and Derek Lady. Her hometown, also Des Moines, Iowa. This is Kayara Hartfield!
Two hometown girls fighting out of Des Moines, and it's got to be torn for the crowd here.
They are both ready to get it on. Look at the passion that these two bring to the cage.
Early leg kick almost got off balance there for Swartz. 155 pounds is kind of rare for the female division.
Kayara is showing great poise. Looks very relaxed.
I like her guard. She keeps it high, but she also keeps it moving so that you can't find those holes. Both fighters making their debut here tonight, trying to find that range, and it's a lot different when you go from the training to the real cage.
It really is. Really trying to find your person in the cage is a lot different than the person in the gym.
I would not want to be in there with Kayara Hartfield. She has a mean look to her eyes, and like we were saying, dropping from 240, she said that's where she gets a lot of her power from. So I think she's just loading that up, waiting for the right time to unleash it.
Yeah, she's still hitting like a 240-pounder, is what you got to know at 155. I mean, we're not calling a fight win or loss, but it's too early in the fight here, but I do like the poise that I'm seeing from Kayara.
Good front kick. Nice. I like to see the kick mixed up with the follow-up right hand. Swartz in the southpaw position.
Fighting the southpaw, that throws the opposite. Kayara really wants to work those inside leg kicks when you're fighting a southpaw.
Okay.
Make that inside leg kick real raw, make her stance uncomfortable, and then attack with your hands.
Force her out of that position as well, right?
Correct, yeah,
But
make her change up her style a little bit because it's starting to hurt.
Kayara starting to close off the cage as Swartz tries to circle.
She's doing her front leg kicks. Those carry a little power, but if she would throw her weight into that inside leg kick.
A little bit of swelling under the right eye of Swartz.
But she's caught one already.
Now she's up against the cage.
Oh, look at that, a couple big ones.
Swartz being able to counter and get away from that cage is very important. Hartfield not fazed by the leg kick to the thigh. Returns one of her own. But like you were saying, Hartfield's going for those outside leg kicks. You want to attack inside. What's really the difference?
Well, her power kick is the back leg. That's her power foot. So she's cooking with a less effective front kick. It's more of a trippy kick. You know, if she could get that rotation from the back leg and land it on the inside of that leg there, you can really turn that into hamburger in there. Really makes you want to change your, you know, the boxing is showing off. She's definitely not scared to throw a punch or take a punch. You can see that. Not a lot of.
I'm not the best lip reader in the world, but it looks like the Porcelli's Training Center is telling Hartfield to go with that right cross. Be on the lookout for that.
You always want to follow up a southpaw with that right cross. Just don't get hit with the hook. cross almost becomes your jab.
Let's see who starts to establish some dominance here in round 2. Pretty even up to this point. You know, you see a lot of fighters that have very questionable guards, but Hartfield is very sound with her balance and her guard up high and getting in and out, finding her points of attack.
Good foot movement, good foot movement. I would really like to see her throw that back leg for a kick. Oh, and she landed a nice cross there.
Swartz getting a little happy with the hands there. Catches one on the chin from Hartfield.
See, that's an inside leg kick there from Swartz.
Hartfield shakes it off, says, that does not faze me. I think Hartfield is starting to get a little more comfortable out there.
Swartz lands a nice leg kick.
Decent jab from Swartz, but her distance management is just hard to keep up with Hartfield being able to go in and out like that.
She needs to close a little bit. She needs to put a little bit of pressure on it, close and get in range.
And that comes with footwork.
Correct. Correct. And I do like Hartfield's footwork. She's got kind of a boxer stance to her.
Right. Keeping those feet active, not staying flat on the feet. But Swartz, you can see her feet are fully planted, and that's asking for leg kicks.
Oh,
straight right.
Another one. There's a combination.
Getting
and
her up to the
one.
cage. Good return from Swartz. You got to be able to return in those situations, or else you're just going to get pressured.
And I think you're right about Hartfield gaining some confidence here. Starting to get a little rhythm put together.
Swartz going from scraping teeth to scrapping in the cage. It's
Going
got to
from
be.
cleaning teeth to trying to knock him out.
Maybe Hartfield could be one of her patients afterwards if all goes well for Swartz. Both fighters are showing great poise, and it's good patience. You know, it's a good feeling out process, but these fans are getting ready for some action.
Schwartz's leg is getting a little red spot on that there. That's just how much power can she put into that front kick, you know?
Right. And that's been her main kick. I would like to see her mix it up a little bit more, maybe to the body.
I'd love to see her rip that back leg.
Last 10 seconds of round number 2. Two down.
2 down, 1 to go. It's a close fight here again. This is a tough one to score. I think Hartfield did a little more that round to maybe take that round. I don't know, Swartz maybe on the first round.
They both need a finish for sure.
Correct.
Now, we saw a couple good right hands, and Hartfield wasn't really able to close that distance because Swartz was returning. What do you want to see from Hartfield in round 3?
I want to see her work the body a little bit. I want to see her change to some body kicks and maybe a couple body shots, close the distance on her a little bit. Put some pressure on her and put it up against the cage a little bit.
Yeah, no level changes. We have not seen the ground here in this bout. Pretty much a stand-up contest so far.
Kind of like the old playground boxing match. You agree to box, he agrees to box. Let's box.
Now, what I don't like to see from Swartz is that when she throws a strike, whether it be a punch or a kick, her balance is not very sound when she returns. Fans calling for some action here. They want to see some violence.
I want to see that leather getting touched to the skin a little bit. You can hear Schwartz's corner saying, we got to go, we got to go.
Mm-hmm.
And the same thing has to be coming out of the minds of Hartfield's corner as well, because you only got 2 minutes around here.
Yep. You only have so much time to make an impression, and this is their last opportunity of the night. Let's see who's going to be able to come out victorious.
You know, like you said, you know, this is their way of building a resume. There's other promoters that are going to watch this footage, and there's other fighters that are going to scout you and want to fight you, and there's just this is you're building your resume in here. You got to go at it, leave it all in there.
And just judging by how the fighters look, Swartz has that swelling under her right eye. That's the only piece of damage, and in the fighter meetings, they're looking for damage.
Right.
The judges aren't looking for damage. And we were talking about the redness coming on.
Now she's got a bloody nose.
Yep.
Swartz got some bloody nose. And she gets tagged with a nice one, a jab and a combo to the body. There's that body that we talked about. Hartfield starting to work the body a little
back
bit.
And runs away, returns with a right kick there.
She's got to land that body shot, kind of threw her off balance a little bit.
Yep. That's what I was talking about. That balance of Swartz has to be sound if you're going to go up against someone like Hartfield.
She's got a little teeter-totter to her step. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
And they're both keeping the feet active, but Swartz is rocking back and forth with her steps.
Yeah,
Hartfield is even, keeping the weight over the center of her body.
Yeah, she's got a great stance. I'd love to see her throw that back kick to the body, though. I mean, that back leg to the body, it's there.
When Hartfield connects, she's not stringing enough combinations together. I'd love to see her just kind of open up. Last 10 seconds of round number 3. This could dictate the whole
body
fight.
kick that I wanted to see all fight.
And that's it. Decent fight between these ladies.
Yeah, they stayed up the whole time. They did. Not much time without action, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm. I would have liked to see round 4 and 5. What about you, Jake?
You know, you almost have to call for it at this point. I don't know which way to go with this one.
Me neither. We need a sudden death round.
So, yeah. We need an all-you-can or something.
Now, we think it might be a tough one to judge. We got our ring announcer, PJ, entering in with the scorecards.
Yeah, another one of those. I just don't want to be the judge on this one.
Yep, let's see. Will it be a draw or will we have a winner? PJ will tell us right now.
Ladies and gentlemen, both of our fighters went the distance. Put your hands together for Taryn Swartz and Kayara Hartfield. Going all 3 rounds here in the AFC ring. Go to our judges' scorecards. Our judges score the fight. Judge number 1 scores the fight 29-28 for Hartfield in the red corner. Judge number 2 scores the fight 29-28 for Swartz in the blue corner. And judge number 3 scores the fight 29-28 for your winner by split decision. Fighting out of the red corner, Kayara Hartfield!
Not a shocking decision here.
No.
While Hartfield did look like the better fighter in there, she didn't give the judges enough to give her the unanimous decision.
No, it was split decision. It was a good call right there. It could have went either way.